is Skylatron here at PAX Prime 2014 at the Strife booth. We're going to talk a little bit about what makes Strife different, what they're showing off here at the convention floor today, and maybe something about open beta. So why don't you tell us a little bit about Strife?
So Strife is what we're calling our second generation MOBA. The reason we say that is because we've already developed Heroes of Newerth. It's a great game, but while we were making it, we had some things we're like, all right, we'd probably like to change some things, but we didn't want to fundamentally change what Heroes of Newerth was. So Strife is kind of our second take at the genre. Kind of like the key pillars, I would say, that really set it apart is, one is the accessibility, and essentially we're trying to make a game that's super visually clear. When you're playing it, you can see what's going on. You can kind of learn just by playing rather than having to look up guides all the time. I mean, it's a big part of the genre. Like, it's a very deep game with a lot of content, and that's an important part of it, but we wanted to make a game that was just a bit easier to just jump into. And I think you'll see that if you play that. And another big part is customization. So a big part of MOBAs is playing all of these different characters, always trying out new things. So in Strife, we have what's called pets and crafting. So when you play a game of Strife, you actually choose both a hero and a pet, and you get extra abilities and passive abilities from the pet you choose. So you kind of almost like choose two things, and then you kind of get like a combination effect. And so
it's like having two heroes, sort of.
Sort of, exactly. Obviously it leans more towards the hero side, but that's the idea. And then with crafting, as you play the game, we actually allow you to kind of customize the items you purchase in a game. So let's say, for example, you have an item that slows somebody on an attack. But in order to build up that item in this game, you have to buy like a attack speed component and then a health component. But you're playing a caster maybe, and you don't need that attack speed. Crafting allows you to use some resources and switch that out. And in the future, you can kind of play the game a bit differently.
Does that provide a disadvantage to players who are just coming into the game at all?
So it's always an option, so it's always a trade-off. So it's not like you're just adding things for no cost. You're always removing something. So obviously infinite options does provide some minor advantage, but it's really not very big. And we think that the added customization and replayability that adds is really, really fun. So
yeah, so this was my very first time playing Strife, and I played the single-player adventure, which is new for you guys. Give me a little bit about, why you decided to go that route in a MOBA.
So we've been saying this since last year. It's really important to us. The lore in Strife is really important to us. We really are invested in our characters and in our story. And while we have a lot of people, Chad LaForest writes all of our lore, and he's really, really good at what he does. But in a multiplayer PvP game that's exclusively PvP, it's really hard to sometimes get across the origins of your characters, like what their motivations are. Obviously, you can do a lot with outside stuff, like online comics and stuff like that. But we wanted to provide something a bit more engaging. So we just decided to start trying it out, and essentially we're just creating these episodes that follow the stories, different story arcs between different characters. Some involve multiple characters, some involve just one. And we just want to give basically the players a chance to really play their favorite characters from a different environment. How
does the single-player adventure stuff tie into the regular PvP stuff?
So there's not too big of a connection. It really is kind of a separate experience. However, when you play our things, we have some connections, like we have special gear sets that are associated with the characters from the lore. And also when you beat certain episodes, you'll get resources that you can then use in player versus player combat and stuff like that. But they really are, for the most part, separate experiences.
Awesome. So you're going into open beta today, is that right?
Right.
Yeah. How long has it been?
We've been in closed beta for about almost a year now, about 9 months.
Does that mean you're close to a release date?
I can't say that, but we're really excited to be announcing open beta, and hope everyone can give it a try. It's some great games.
Yeah, it's all right. So tell everybody where to go to sign up for open beta.
Just go www.strife.com and sign up there.
All right, thank you so much for your time.